I'm an idiot.
You're an idiot. Why am I... This is very staticky. The arm hairs on my
What?
arm, I can feel it for
It's
some
'cause
reason.
You know what it is? It's because it's getting colder, and when it's cold...
And it's dry, too. It's getting cold and dry.
Dude, I'm making this up.
It's cold and dry, and it's been a little bit windy lately, too, so that'll add
So
all add to it.
that conducts electricity. All those things get together. It's called
You know?
electricity.
Static electricity.
Yeah, I'm going to take off my shoes. My shoes aren't...
It got hot last time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was like smoking almost. Yeah.
All right. See, that's the problem that we're going to be having this episode while I'm eating.
Just to eat intermittently, maybe?
How about you just hold it in front of my face the entire
I'm
time?
not doing that, so...
How about you just feed me?
There's a bee right there.
Whoa.
On the thing.
Dude,
It just
Go to
died. Just go to sleep.
bees only exist during the day. Pick up a drink.
All right. Wait, hold on. Yep. Okay. Grandma.
Soup.
Soup. The two chunky things in this world.
Jordan. Buddy, it's been a while.
It has been a very long
It's been a
time.
long time. Even though we've taken breaks this long before. What do you hate?
I hate when I'm trying to explain a game because I'm usually that guy. I'm usually the guy that introduces games
That's
to people.
true. That's true.
And when you're trying to explain any part of the game, someone either interrupts for sarcasm or a joke or just to talk to someone else around that table.
Yep.
That is one of the most annoying things because not only are you interrupting so other people can't hear the game, but you're going to ask later saying like, wait, what do I do here?
It's
Well, you
annoying,
weren't
yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
And you wanted to
Agreed.
make the joke anyway,
Agreed.
which is probably what most teachers feel whenever someone interrupts.
Whenever they teach class.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I didn't know that. Well, you were talking.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Dang it. I almost got you.
Yeah.
Noah, what do you hate?
I hate people. We've done that before. I paused after saying people, and we've laughed at it
I
before.
remember.
I think we have at least. I hate people that, and let me get to the end before judging
Okay.
me on this, that hate Christmas, but look down on people that like Christmas. If you don't like Christmas,
Okay.
that's on you. I understand not everybody loves Christmas, but if you treat it like a childish thing and like make fun of people for liking Christmas, that's super annoying.
That can go
That's
with
just mean.
most things, though.
That can go with most things,
Like
but
liking a particular kind of music. Like, you can hate the music, but if you like look down on people that hate the music, that like the music, then what are you really doing?
Yeah.
What's the point?
If you just like act like it's a childish thing and like you're all grown up because you don't like Christmas,
Yeah.
that's annoying. Be happy, maybe try it.
Or even if you're not happy, let other people be happy. Like, come on, man.
come on,
Yeah.
come on,
Come on.
come on.
Come on. Unless it's not Christmas season yet, then that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if people are listening to Christmas music in July, I give you full permission to bully them.
Like, like, Ashton and her roommate have been listening to Christmas music ever since November 1st, and they're already kind of sick of it. And I'm like, well,
Exactly,
that's
your fault.
You did that to yourself. I want to space out with my listening to Christmas music, which I love to do, because
Absolutely.
I don't want to
Get sick
ruin
of
the
it.
magic of Christmas by listening to year round.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome to the We Hate Things podcast. What is it? Number 30 yet? 29. It's 29.
It's either 29 or 30.
It's 29 because it's we're not doing guests. It's not even.
But it's supposed to be a guest.
That's true. No,
Which
is it?
means
No.
Last week,
was Emily.
that was 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't do it last week.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be a guest week. If we were on track, this would be a guest week.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, we're saying the same thing.
So, yeah,
It's still 29 though.
it's still 29.
Welcome. Sorry we didn't do it last week. We were both
We were both very busy.
very, very, very busy.
I mean, it was Thanksgiving.
like
You were prepping for finals. You also were starting a job.
and you were
I
also
was doing.
doing 50 hours a week.
I worked so much last week.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I worked 34 hours.
Yeah.
It would have been 37, but I left early on Sunday.
We were so busy. We didn't even think about the podcast until Thursday night.
No. And then we were like, oh.
Yeah.
And that was Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
too, so
Yep.
couldn't do it that day.
Yeah. So
So it was just a very busy week last week. I'm working a lot. Jordan has school and work
yeah.
now, so
And finals has been kicking my butt. Like I've already done a paper, 2 presentations, and a project so far, and I still have like that much left. So I'm like 50% done, which is still a lot. But yeah, how are you feeling, man?
I'm actually pretty okay.
Okay,
I'm surprisingly
cool.
okay.
I think you needed us 2 breaks, 2-day break.
I was honestly feeling okay on Monday too. Like,
Okay.
I worked. You want to turn it down a little bit? It's a
Yeah.
little bit loud.
Is it this way?
Right, yeah. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. No, that's left. That's fine. Thank you.
There we go. Okay.
My average workday is 11 to 12 hours, and I came home at 9ish on probably
9 p.m.?
9:30, 10 on
Oh, jeez.
on Monday, after working 11 hours, and I was still kind of just fine.
Oh, nice.
Like, I'm working a lot right now, but somehow mentally I'm okay.
Are you eating?
I'm eating.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Some days
why I asked.
Some
'cause
days I forget to.
you forget to eat a lot.
That's true. Especially on days
Where you have
when
coffee
I work
too.
like 11, 12 hours.
And you have coffee.
And I've been having so much caffeine lately, of all different kinds. But it's really easy to just keep working at my job because
Yeah.
there's always something to do because
Right.
I'm a manager. So I just work all day, and then I get to like 10 hours, and I'm like, I haven't even taken a break today.
Like, I should probably take a
I
break.
should probably take a break, and then I don't anyway.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, I could wait.
Yeah. So I've just been drinking a lot of coffee and sometimes Red Bulls and whatever if somebody picks something up from the store.
Yeah.
So I've just been drinking a lot of caffeine and not eating a lot. But I eat when I get home.
That's good.
And I ate yesterday and today good because I was at home.
Yeah. Nice, man. I'm proud of you.
I'm enjoying it. The first day, that Friday, the first day that we were officially open.
First day of Christmas.
Yeah. The day after Thanksgiving, I didn't enjoy it that much because it was very stressful and everyone was coming to me with all their problems, but things have smoothed out since
Okay.
then. So.
It's like any job, so that's good.
I've
how
never
are-
been a manager before, so.
Yeah. How are the workers, by the way? Are they like...
Most of them are good.
competent?
I'm not really bringing back people that aren't good. So.
Okay, cool. That's good. Because I know that was a fear of yours, that people would just be too stupid for the job. So, yep. Is it hard to be stupid for this job?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
it's hard to be stupid, but it's easy to be bad.
Okay.
It's not a very mentally taxing job. It's a very physically demanding job.
Okay.
So if, for one...
Why don't you remind them what you're doing, just
Oh,
in case.
yeah, I'm a manager. I forgot.
Yeah.
We talked about it. a couple
Before,
weeks ago.
but...
Yeah, I'm a manager at a Christmas tree lot. So, not very mentally demanding. There are things you have to remember, like you should be able to tell the different types of trees off of sight and everything, and whatnot, and just know their characteristics and stuff. And then also, like, how to properly tie it to the roof of a car and just stuff like that. So, but overall, it's not a very mentally demanding job, but it is very physically demanding.
Yes.
Because it's all carrying trees and moving stuff.
Yep.
Especially on days that we get shipments of trees in, it's just unloading trees for a few hours, like 1,000 trees. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to be stupid at the job, but it's very easy to be bad because if, for one, you just don't try.
Yeah, that's
That's
just
it.
laziness.
Yeah,
at that
that's
point.
just laziness. And this job, if you're not trying, you will be noticed.
Yes.
There are other jobs where you cannot try and pass it off. You will be noticed if you don't try at this job. So, and then also, if you're just like really weak too, if you're working hard, we'll keep you. But like, we do need a little bit stronger. Like I'd say I'm maybe a little bit above average strength. I'm not that strong, and I'm fine.
Like, I'm a little below average, and I feel like I could do it.
And you could still do it as long as you work hard.
Yes.
If you're weak and you work at an average pace and you don't make up for it,
Yeah,
that's when it becomes a problem.
I was gonna say that when you're working, I feel like your work strength and your strength in general is different, because when you're working, you still have that work ethic of like, okay, I need to lift this up for my job, not because I want to,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Which, at least when I worked that one time for you, that's what my mindset was. Of like, oh, I could probably do this, and I did. It was pretty easy. So, yeah.
As long as you put effort in, you're fine.
Yep. Yeah, I'm glad it's not going terribly,
Yeah, it's going fine.
which it could be.
It could be absolutely going terribly,
Uh-huh.
yes.
How's business so far?
Seems good.
Okay.
Seems fine. I'm making a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't know about Blake, the owner of the lot.
Uh-huh.
Me personally, I'm doing great.
Great.
Uh,
I am too.
yeah. How's Bodie?
It's great. I love it. I love the people I work with. They're very chill, which is like the first job I've had that I've been with chill people that still work hard.
That's good.
I've either had one or the other. So I've either had people that are very chill that just don't care, or I've had people that care too much that aren't chill at all. So even the manager is super chill. But yeah, I've learned a lot. Making coffee is very fun. And I know like everything about coffee now. I'm like the most knowledgeable person about coffee. Like you could ask me anything about coffee and I'd know. Like, okay, imagine you're coming up to me like you're a customer, right? And I'm the manager's like, and you ask me anything and you're like, okay, just I could. This is like a test for me. So
No.
go ahead.
What's it?
Yep. This is part of it, or okay. Do you have any questions, or okay? Let me take a drink of my coffee because I'm at work right now, and this is a bit.
Okay, I have a question. What is tea?
Let me get a manager real quick, and that's how it's done. That's how you do it. You just that's how I know everything. So
Kelly,
Kelly,
hey Kelly,
hey, please help the customer, and I go in the back and I check the football scores, and that's how my work goes.
Oh man, how what are the football scores?
When I was
How many points are there?
at least 30.
Is that a lot?
Yeah. Well,
Is that a lot for football?
actually, at the end of the game, that's pretty low.
Okay.
Like if it's 15-15, that's a low scoring game. 15 points is like 5 field goals too, so there's not even a touchdown.
Easy. I could do it.
Yeah. I was working on Sunday, and I was literally from 10 to 2, and that's when the first football games start, and that's when the Vikings were playing. So I was going on working. I wasn't even thinking about it. And then I went on my break, and I'm like, oh, I get to check the scores. And the Vikings were losing 21-10 to a bad team. And I'm like, wow, that really, really sucks. It's the third quarter, too.
The Vikings are a bad team.
That's what I was thinking. So that ruined my whole rest of my shift because I was like, crap. Like, come on.
Fortunately, I never have to care about sports again because the Dodgers won. So
That's true.
It's over for me.
None of my
None
teams have won yet.
You're a Dodgers fan.
Oh, okay. Dodgers, yes. I'm guessing like my main team hasn't won yet, I guess.
Is that the Vikings?
Vikings are my
Vikings your main team.
Yeah. And they have never won a Super Bowl. But when I got off, they won by 1 point. When did the
Super Bowl start? What are we at now?
19. We're at 55?
Like 55?
I have to check this now.
I don't follow football in any way, shape,
Hey
or form.
Siri, how many Super Bowls have there been?
Super Bowl 55.
Yep, 55. As next
Now look
one.
up how many World Series there have been. I'd like to know the exact.
Hey
number.
Siri, how many World Series have there been?
No, it would be World Series, just with an apostrophe. There.
World Series Game 6 was 3-1. So there you go.
It's true. It's true.
In the last World Series.
It's
So
true.
Is that what you wanted?
It's absolutely true. I'm gonna look up how many World Series there have been. You keep talking about Bodie or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Or finals. You got that too.
Oh
that
my
sucks.
god. Yeah. All 6 of my classes. I only have one exam. I have 2 essay exams. One like fill out exams. I have 2 essay exams, 2 projects, and 2 presentations, and that's 6 classes.
116.
That makes sense.
I honestly thought it would be a little bit more than that.
1904. To do the math right. I'm
let's see.
guessing
Let me
none of
look
them
up-
have skipped.
When was the first World Series?
But yeah, 116. You said?
116.
Yeah.
1903. October 1st, 1903.
There you go. Yeah, that makes sense.
To be there.
To
be at the first World Series.
and
Let
then
me see
die.
who was in it.
You die.
And you're dead
Yeah,
because
'cause that's way
that was
long- too long ago.
117 years ago.
Yeah. Imagine being that bad at living. Jeez.
Let's see. 1903 World Series.
Winner. Using the Yankees.
Boston, Pittsburgh.
What?
Boston v. Pittsburgh.
Oh, Boston v. Pittsburgh.
What were they called? The Boston Americans and the Pittsburgh Pirates. They were called something different back then.
What do we call our team? We're American. I just.
But so is everyone else that's playing this.
Yeah, but we're. That's just an idea. That's just an idea. I'm just spitballing. What's the other team called? The Pirates? They're not even pirates.
We're not even real pirates. We're Americans.
Like, at least we're telling the truth.
I wonder who won. I should have kept reading.
Why didn't you? I was
don't
gonna base my next line of that joke upon who won.
World's.
Does it even tell you?
Wait.
The winner.
Wait a second.
Anyways,
I'm very confused.
How many World Series have the Dodgers won? That's my guess.
7.
That's 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
The
know
Vikings
that.
have won 0.
That one I know. The Vikings don't go to the World Series.
They don't. They go to the Super Bowl. They don't even.
Yeah.
They've gone to one Super Bowl and lost. So.
Can I just have like a winners section, please? Why are you being so vague about this?
Yes, we have been gone for 2 weeks, but guess what came out last night? Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah, it did. Well, I was gonna.
That'll be our next
start that.
segment, actually, because I
Let me figure
want
out
to
who
talk
won
about
the
it.
1903 World Series.
We'll get to that in like 30 seconds.
World Series. The Red Sox.
So
The
Boston.
Americans at the time.
Yeah, the Boston Americans.
The Boston Americans.
Because the Americans always win.
beat the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Pirates never win.
Pirates.
Have you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean? They
Have you ever
lose like
seen
half the time.
Captain Phillips. They lost.
Huh? I've never
Have you ever
seen.
seen Captain Phillips, the Tom Hanks one?
No.
It's a modern day, and he gets taken over by I think they're Somalian pirates.
Oh.
It's very stressful. How have you never even heard of it?
I've heard of it. I've just never
okay.
seen it.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's very stressful.
I think I've probably heard of most Tom Hanks
It's a
movies.
good movie though.
I haven't seen most Tom Hanks
Yeah,
movies.
but have you seen Splash?
No.
Have you heard of Splash?
Yes.
Oh,
You've
Dang it.
talked about Splash multiple times
Because
on this
it's-
podcast.
wait, have I?
Yeah.
I've never even seen it. I've seen
I
part of
know.
it. I've seen part of it.
Yes.
And it looks. I don't know why I would have talked about it because it doesn't look
I
spectacular.
think so,
it looks,
I think someone else is in it.
looks
We were
like
talking
a
about
normal
like
'90s movie. I think.
either that or like your mom came in and talked about it or
Maybe.
something. Not came in, but like talked about it.
What about Big? Of course you've seen
I've
Big.
seen Big.
Of course you've seen
Come
Big.
on. I've seen Strand Away as well. I have also
You've
seen
never once gotten the name of that movie right.
Strand Away, Stranded, Strand Away,
It has nothing to do with Strand. It's Castaway.
Far Away. Idol.
Castaway.
Far, Far Away Idol from Shrek 2. The bonus features of Shrek 2.
Castaway is the movie.
Is it about fishing?
No, he's a castaway.
Ever seen That Thing You Do? That's a Tom Hanks movie. That's a
I've
Tom
heard of
Hanks
it.
directed movie.
I've heard of it. I don't think I might have seen it.
It's
what
really
about
good.
You've Got Mail?
I've heard of that. I've never seen it.
Sleepless in Seattle?
I've
They're
seen
basically the
it.
same movie, maybe.
Really?
I need to see You've Got Mail again. But it's a 90s love story starring Tom Hanks, so...
Okay. There's been like 6 90s love stories starring Tom Hanks.
Like what?
At least 6.
What are the other 4?
Big.
Sort of.
That's a love story.
I think that was earlier than 90s.
Sleepless
as
in
well.
Seattle.
Those might have been earlier than 90s as well.
Castaway. He loves the Wilson.
He is in love with what's her name from Twister.
Yeah.
I can never remember the actress's
Jodie
name.
Foster.
Is it Jodie Foster that's in it?
Yeah,
yes, it is
may-
Jodie Foster.
yeah.
Speaking of which, she's in our movie today.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
I want to talk about
boy.
Spotify
Yeah,
first.
Okay.
Which we'll get to now.
I forgot that was Jodie Foster.
Yeah,
and-
so
and,
Spotify Wrapped was very cool this year.
yeah.
Let's pull
Let's
them up,
just
shall
go
we?
through it real quick.
Yeah.
Let's just.
So, my first. Let's go through Spotify Wrapped. Yay! Hamilton was first. The thing that popped up, it's playing Guns and Ships right now. I can't play it because of YouTube.
Play like a second of it.
Because
Hamilton didn't appear anywhere on my Wrapped, and I'm kind of proud of that
of just like growth.
because of growth.
Yeah.
I tried to listen to it a couple weeks ago, and I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Really?
I was just like,
I've never not enjoyed Hamilton.
I even sang a couple of songs, and I was like,
Maybe you're just
I don't
more-
really want to listen to this.
Well, yeah, I've gone through that. How many new artists did you discover?
521.
Nice.
How many
460.
Nice.
460. That's the first one.
521 new artists this year.
Yeah. Jalen got to 800. Let's see. Genre Lust.
Yeah, what'd you get?
Listen to 444 genres, 109 new ones.
Oh, dude, you beat me. I got 381 and 107.
And did you see Jack's tweet? He's
No.
like, there is no way that's that many genres.
Oh,
And,
no, there's
like,
5.
Yeah, there's
He's
like
right.
5.
No, I did see
There's
that.
like
He's right.
5 genres.
What are your
Don't
top
lie.
5 genres?
Top 5 genres are rock, adult
too.
standards.
I
Don't
had
even
that
know-
in there too. That might
What
be
is-
jazz.
Is
that
that
might
jazz?
be jazz because jazz doesn't show up on my list, and it definitely should.
It also could be like front bottoms, though.
No, that's
We'll Google it after this.
what is CCM?
That is Christian music. That's like contemporary Christian music. That's what it's called.
Huh.
Yeah.
That made it on my list.
Yeah. So rock adult standards show tunes. That's probably all Hamilton.
Show tunes is my 5.
Nice.
Which there was about a week where I listened to it nonstop. Listened to not Hamilton. Just showed.
Nonstop. Nice.
I didn't.
Good
really do
job,
that.
dude. That was awesome.
Where I listened to like musicals nonstop.
Okay. Yeah. Indie pop is my fourth
Yeah, sorry,
one.
keep going.
And soft rock. That's like Jim Croce.
So I got rock, Stomp and Holler, which is
nice.
which is Mumford and Sons and
Yeah.
things like them.
Yes.
Sorry, I got to get back to it. CCM is my number 3. I think number 4 is adult standards and number 5 is show tunes.
Okay. Let me look up quick what adult
Look up
standards
adult
is.
standards because I feel like that might be jazz because of how much I've listened to jazz this year. It should have been on my top 5.
Adult standards genre.
If it's not jazz and jazz isn't in my top 5, then this is wrong.
Adult standards is aimed at mature adults, meaning mainly those people over 50 years of age, senior citizen music.
So it is jazz. It is jazz. Perfect. That's what we're going for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What was your top song?
Very surprising. My top song was 5349 in Childish Gambino's new album.
Huh.
And that is the last song in the album. So if you want to go listen to it real quick. I really like that song. And that's one of the most unpopular songs in that album. It's really good. And I'm surprised that was my number 1 just because I listen to a lot of Childish Gambino and that one being number 1 is just surprising to me. How about you?
Mine was Moonlight Serenade.
That is awesome.
Glenn Miller's Moonlight Serenade. Which, so I'm going to say this now, and we'll go through the rest of our top 5 songs later
sure to
because
hold
it
it down
comes
so
at
it
the end. Yeah, I've just been clicking back and forth.
Yeah.
For all of my top 5 songs, there was no one song that I just like listened to. This is my top 5. I think are completely random. It's just whatever happened to come up on shuffle the most.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Because there was no one song, especially none of the songs on my top 5 that I just like repeatedly listened to.
That is a very unique thing because I feel like most people listen to specific songs more often.
Yeah, no, it's I've this year I've listened to either playlists or albums all on shuffle or just listening through them. So it's the songs that are my top song and the songs that are in my top 5 are definitely more just whatever came up on shuffle.
But also an under 3-minute song that's all just jazz, like Moonlight Serenade, to be your number 1.
Here's what you're
makes it
gonna
special.
love. We'll get there later.
I've seen it.
Oh, you already saw mine.
Yeah.
I didn't really read through yours or Jack's. I looked at the top songs, but I didn't look at the
So,
rest of it.
how many times did you view it? Does it say it?
It will in a second.
Yeah. For mine, Childish Gambino, most stream days was April 16th. It came out in April, like March something. 25. No, not 25.
My first stream was April 9th, which is kind of strange.
That's weird. 28 streams. That's not that much.
Day with most streams, September 8th. How many streams? 10th stream, July 25th.
Okay.
It didn't tell me how many. Total streams, 23.
Okay. So that's not that
Exactly.
much.
Which is, it's whatever came up on shuffle
That
the
just,
most.
you listen to that playlist at least 23 times.
At least 23 times.
Yeah.
All the way through. All right, top 5 songs?
Yep, top 5 songs. Let's go. Cried Bagger, other songs
That
I had
might
on
be my
repeat.
dad's drone. I bet you it is.
It sounds like it's coming from your house. Okay, so.
He's probably coming over to look at us.
Yeah, it's definitely him.
It's definitely him. My dad got a drone.
I hope you guys can hear that. Okay, so.
Dad, go away! We're trying to record a podcast.
We're recording a podcast.
Because we're cool. Thanks, Dad. Bye.
There's no way you could hear it, right? I hear us?
You might be up front.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Okay.
Okay.
Top 5 songs.
Do you want to go first? All of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me.
Your second one's hilarious to me.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's definitely just a shuffle.
Okay, go ahead.
It's what. So number 1, Moonlight Serenade.
Yep.
Number 2, Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner, which is a great song. We all
my
know
gosh.
it's a great song.
It's just that. By the way, not the best Leonard Skinner song. By
Absolutely
the way.
not.
No.
No. Freebird.
But just the fact that song specifically.
Yeah, I don't really get it, but it was definitely what I was saying earlier, that it's whatever came up on shuffle the most. So I guess that just happened to come up on shuffle the most. Number 3, 12 Feet Deep by the Front Bottoms.
Yes.
Again, that's a shuffle one. I'm a Believer by the Monkees.
Yep.
Again, just shuffle. All of this is just because of shuffle. And number 5, In the Mood by Glenn Miller.
Another Glenn Miller.
Another Glenn Miller
There
song.
we go. Nice.
So those, I guess, just happened. It's strange that two of them were the same artist.
Yeah.
That they just happened to come up on the...
It's really weird.
Maybe I typed those two specific songs in, like, 2 more times than I listened to the rest of that playlist. And specifically listened to those. Maybe. So it's just very interesting.
Yeah.
Because they're all definitely just very random. All right. What's yours?
Mine, I'm kind of proud of mine because I discovered all 5 of these songs this year.
All of these songs are older than both of us, except for 12 Feet Deep.
4 of my songs are from the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one, 5349 from his Childish Gambino's new album. Number 2, Air Supply, Even the Nights Are Better from their Ultimate Air Supply album, which I still need to get. Chicago, Hard to Say I'm Sorry. This one, not many people know. Keeping the Dream Alive by Freiheit. I think I've shown you that like once or twice. Maybe. That one I really, really like. It's a one-hit wonder. And then number 5, The Monkees. She Makes Me Laugh.
Oh, nice.
So
we both had a Monkees.
2 Monkees.
That's interesting.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
All right, what's next?
What's next?
Top song. I need to look at my top 100 playlist.
Add it real quick. There we go.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
You're a good listener.
You're a good
Feel
listener.
free to show this to your exes. I'm a very good listener. Guess your top podcast of the year.
I
I know this already.
Yeah. Come on. So our top 5 podcasts, I already know mine is the top podcast is the Gus and Eddie podcast. I've listened to 30 episodes, a total of 1,800 minutes.
Mine, it was, remember the horror podcast I told you about,
Yep.
Magnus Archives?
Yep.
That's my top podcast.
Of course, you've listened to like
because, and I don't like it anymore. I tried listening to it again.
Oh, really?
Like, I don't hate it, but it was just like, I will never listen to it again.
Okay.
I think it was definitely just because I was working at a warehouse and had earbuds in for
And
6
you
hours
just,
a day.
Just kept going.
So I just needed new stuff.
Yeah.
So I listened to 188 episodes for a total of 4,313 minutes. Yeah.
How much?
188 episodes for 4,313
Nice. Okay.
minutes.
Yeah.
Just that episode, or that podcast.
Okay.
So that was my top. 15,972 minutes listening to podcasts this year. Almost 16,000 minutes
That is a
listening to podcasts.
lot.
Yeah, again, the warehouse did it all.
Yeah.
For the podcasts.
All right.
All right.
Top 5
top 5
podcasts.
podcasts. Which, they're just, I feel like, okay, so.
Make sure to hold it. There we go.
Yeah, why don't you start?
I'll start. My top 5 podcasts. Number 1, the Gus and Eddie podcast. I recommend. Number 2, Dissect. I listen to all of Because of the Internet by Childish Gambino. They just dissect the word for word, line by line. Number 3, ESPN's Fantasy Focus Football with Matthew Berry. Just fantasy advice and just talking about football. Manifesto, a podcast. I listen to a couple of those. And The Darkest Timeline with Ken Jeong and Joe McHale. The two actors from Community just have a podcast together and have Community guests as guest stars.
I feel like my list is wrong. At least one of them
Really?
is.
Okay.
I feel like at least one of them is wrong. Magnus Archives, already talked about it.
Okay.
TMG takes number
Nice.
2.
Nice.
TMG takes number
Yep.
2. That Disney podcast takes number 3 somehow,
That makes
even
sense.
though...
No, that makes sense.
No, there was a different podcast that I listened to more than that.
And what's that?
That should be 4, and it's not even on my list. 4 is the Dude Soup podcast from Funhouse. 5 is one other of the horror podcasts that I listened to during that time that wasn't even... I didn't even listen to it that much. I don't know how it made it on this list.
Okay.
What should have made it on my list is either Camp Monsters or
The other one.
Film House, which is a film podcast by Funhouse.
Oh.
Which I definitely listen to more. Both of those I definitely listen to more than this other horror one.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's
Maybe
very
you're
strange.
wrong.
I'm not. Because I definitely listen to both of those more.
Did you maybe listen to them on YouTube first or something?
No.
Okay.
Dude Soup though, good podcast.
Since we're here, the top 5 podcasts, someone said that we were in their top 5 podcasts.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, also, we're drinking Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah. I forgot
And
to
I
say
was
that.
eating fried rice. That's
Yes.
what I was eating. You saw that.
Hawaiian Punch.
For audio
For Punch.
listeners. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think you need that. Okay. All right. For next after podcast is You're a Pioneer. That doesn't really matter to me. Yeah. I listened to a cover of 5,000 Candles from the Rim from Parks and Recreation like twice, and that's on there.
Oh, I listened to a song called Song of the Bayou before it hit 50,000
you
streams.
showed me that.
What is Song of the Bayou?
You showed me it.
What is it?
It might be a cover of
Is it
that or something.
Is it a jazz song?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'll show it to you after this, but
I don't even remember. I'd probably remember it by hearing it. I don't remember the
Yeah.
name.
All right. What is your most listened to decade?
70s.
Me too. Nice.
Which, it said Glenn Miller was from the 70s. I don't think that's right.
Some of his stuff is from the 70s.
But In the Mood, it said In the Mood was, I feel like that was 60s.
We'll look it up after this, but maybe not.
Or earlier. I
Your top song,
thought it was earlier
Your
than
top
that.
song was In the Mood?
Top song was In the Mood. Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, that's okay then.
That was before the 70s.
I guess not. Mine is Thunder Island by Jay Ferguson, which is a really good
Wasn't
song.
it before the 70s?
Probably not.
Glenn Miller's In the Mood?
All
or
right.
Moonlight Serenade, but that's the same album.
Yes.
So
Top artist of the year.
you go ahead.
All right. Mine is the Beatles. Have you heard of them?
What?
I
I
was
actually have a really good top 5 list. I like mine.
I love your top 5 list, but mine is like my top 5 songs, just for the classic people, and then Childish Gambino. The Beatles, I had a really big grind on of just I made a playlist. I listened to all their songs, and then I refined those songs to my favorites, and there was like 70 in that playlist, and I just listened to that a lot because it's really good driving music, really good study music.
Yeah.
Their music is just very all around good, so they're my top artist. How about you?
Yeah, my top artist was the Front Bottoms. I was right when I predicted it earlier this year.
I thought Front Bottoms would be in mine. I was
It
really
wasn't?
surprised it wasn't. No,
I listened to Front Bottoms a lot this year, and I like them so much. I was...
I could say thanks to the Beatles for says tweet saying
thanks. I enjoy your music.
you know.
And it gives you, I don't know if it gave you a little stat, but I was in the top 0.5% of the Front
That
Bottoms
makes
listeners
sense.
this
I was
year.
2% of the Beatles because they're the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2%?
Top 2%.
That's actually still really... You know how many people listen to the Beatles?
A lot of people.
So top 2% is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Considerably less people listen to the Front Bottoms. So being in the top 0.5% isn't that hard.
It's still cool.
It's hard. It's
Still
hard.
cool.
It's still... I gotta listen to a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. You go first for top artists.
Wait, hold on. My favorite song... I spent 2,374 minutes listening to their music this year.
Nice. And your top song is 12 Feet
12 Feet Deep, which
Yeah.
that made it in my top 5.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what my favorite song of theirs is. Maybe we'll do another episode about that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Favorite songs by
the
our
Front
favorite
Bottoms.
by our
By our
favorite
fa-
bands.
that would be an amazing episode.
Yeah, favorite
Cool.
songs by our favorite bands.
Yes.
That would be a good episode.
My top song for the Beatles was Something, actually.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised. 'Cause it's just not one of the popular ones.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of proud of. So, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, you
What's
go first
next?
with top artists. Or just after that?
There we go.
All right.
Wait, hold on. How many artists did you listen to this year?
1,400.
1,500.
Nice. Discover Weekly. Listen to your Discover Weekly.
Listen to your Discover Weekly. You'll find some gems in there.
You will thank us later if you will discover your favorite artist if you
Probably.
listen to your Discover Weekly.
All of mine I knew before though. This year.
I discovered actually none of my favorite artists, but it's because I'm an old soul and not many people are. But I discovered Avett Brothers.
This year?
No, on my Discover Weekly.
Oh,
no,
on
no,
your year.
not this year.
Then I probably did that too. Pretty much all of Cold Blooded Chiller was Discover Weekly.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
there you go. All right. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry, let me have it come back up again. I let it go. Okay, number 1, Front Bottoms, obviously. Number 2, The Beatles.
Nice.
Number 3, Head in the Heart, which is surprising.
It's because you listen to a lot of
I
all their stuff.
listened to all their stuff, but I also did that for Mumford & Sons, and I feel like I listened to Mumford & Sons more, but who knows.
Interesting. Okay.
Number 4, Mumford & Sons.
There you go.
Yeah. So, I've talked about it on the podcast. There was
Yeah.
like a couple weeks where I listened all the way through some newer bands'
Yes.
discographies, and Front Bottoms, Head in the Heart, and Mumford & Sons were some of those.
Yes.
Like, I listened through all of them chronologically.
Yeah.
Number 5, Queen.
Yeah.
Of course. Had to be on the list.
Mhm.
So
Nice.
that's a really good top 5, I think.
Yeah. I love your top
That's
five.
a solid top
That's
5.
very you.
It's very me,
Very you
yeah.
of a top
It's
5.
rock, and then some...
Alternative
some
indie.
other stuff.
Yeah.
Some alternative
Yeah.
stuff. I listen to a lot less alternative. My taste in alternative is a lot different now. I don't want to say higher brow, but I feel like I
is.
have better taste in
It's a more refined taste.
it's more refined, yeah.
Um,
I don't listen to all. I used to just like love alternative,
Yeah.
but I don't do that as much anymore.
my top
Okay, what
5
are yours?
artists are the Beatles, Queen,
course.
of course, which I'm like, surprised in because I felt like I didn't listen to as much Queen this year.
I thought I listened to more Queen than
There
I
you
did
go. That's weird.
Than for them to be number 5.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know. That's
So who
surprising.
knows? I'm not
they
surprised
were,
that
they
Beatles
were
is
my
number
top
2.
last year. So
Beatles being up there makes sense though.
number 3, Billy Joel.
Nice.
And I'm surprised none of his songs came in my top 5 because I listened to The Stranger a lot.
I listened to The Stranger quite a few times too.
Yeah, so I'm surprised. Number 4, Childish Gambino, because I listened to a lot of because of the internet and his new album. And Jim Croce. I listened to a lot of Jim Croce this year.
Nice.
Yeah. And I think that's it, right?
I think that should.
That is it. And then the last one is minutes listened.
Yes. Well,
There we
there
go.
we go. There it is. How many minutes did you listen this year?
Only 24,000.
That is embarrassing.
That's because I was quarantined and I didn't have work.
You
And
should have been listening to more music when you were quarantined.
I listen to most of my music while driving
That's
or
fair.
going to
Me too.
class.
That is absolutely
So,
fair. I
that's
did that
why.
as well. I
Anyway.
listened to. I felt like it would have been more, but
Yes.
51,471
That's
minutes
decent.
of music.
That's literally twice as much as me.
I don't know if that includes podcasts. If it doesn't, then I'm actually at 66,000.
I feel like mine would be a lot more if it include podcasts.
Well, it would be what, 6,000 more? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
30,000 seems more like me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
66,000 seems to make more sense because of all the listening I did at the warehouse.
oh, by the way, Sounds of Adult Standards, Paul Anka, Bobby Darin.
Okay, so it's jazz.
yeah.
It's jazz. Okay, I'm satisfied
Rat
that
Pack.
that's on there. Because I was gonna say, why isn't jazz just one of them?
Yeah. Nat King Cole. Okay. Yeah. I love Discover Weekly. I mean, I love Spotify Wrapped. I literally look forward to it every year.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I think about it at least once a month. And like, I wonder if this song's going to be on there. And then I just stop thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I wonder if this artist's going to be on there,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
My number 6 was What a Wonderful World by Louis
Oh,
Armstrong.
that's awesome.
Which I didn't feel like that. This again,
What's
it's all
your-
just shuffled.
What's your number 100? What's your last one?
Oh, my least listened to of the top 100.
Yes.
Oh, it's a Christian song.
What is it?
It's by a band I don't even know. How Deep the Father's Love by Austin Stone Worship.
I don't know them either. But I know
Me
that song.
neither.
It's a really good song.
I know the song. Number 99 though is The Plan. Jobs.
Nice.
by the front bottoms.
By the front bottoms.
I'll have to bleep myself.
Yeah. It's those two back to back.
No, that's one song. Oh, those two. I thought you were just talking about the.
You know the
front
Christian
bottoms.
song, The Plan, F Jobs. It's really weird because I looked at my top 100, which is what your top songs 2020 playlist is.
This is a really good mix of music.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I looked at it and it's like my last songs were the top songs last year.
Oh, so
Isn't that really
that's
cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
need to look at my 2019 one.
really like this playlist.
Yeah, this is a really solid playlist.
Yeah.
It's rock, it's jazz, it's good alternative,
Yes.
and it's some Christian. It's
What
a really strange mix of music.
What I want to do for an episode is I want to look at all of our top songs playlists because Spotify has made mine since 2016. So I want to look through
same.
all of them because that's
Same.
five. There's
I would
five
like
now.
to. I would like to do that because
Yes.
we've had it since 2016.
Yeah.
so
So I really want to see that and
that'd
see
be fun.
Progression and growth. So that'd
Yeah.
be good. So that's been
That was our Spotify Wrapped.
really good.
That was good. That was a solid year of music.
Yes. But yeah. Now let's see how.
Yeah. What are we at? We're going quick.
Because we still have
today.
to discuss 2 movies.
2 movies. One of them very dense. One of them very.
I need to talk about that movie because I was like, there's a lot.
There's a lot to talk about. I need to talk about it before talking about it too.
40 minutes, so we have 20 minutes left.
We have at least 20
At least 20 minutes.
Yes.
Oh.
Let's
Yeah.
get into it.
All
Let's
right.
get into it. We hate movies.
Look,
Welcome
to We Hate Movies where we don't hate
Welcome
movies.
back.
Welcome back. It's been 3 weeks
It's been
since We Hate Movies.
3 weeks since we did We Hate Movies.
Oh, I miss you.
We missed 1 week just of the podcast.
Yeah.
It feels like so long though.
It's because
It's
we
really
both
weird.
have been super
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we've condensed it to this much because we just had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to talk about these 2 movies.
Yeah. Let's start off with Doctor Strange.
Okay. Doctor Strange is one of my favorite Marvel movies.
It's definitely
and it
up
still
there.
is.
I think it earns number at 6 or below.
I think it has the best theme of a Marvel movie.
What is it? What is the theme?
The theme is
It's not about you.
It's not about you, and
But-
spirituality mindset is crucial to knowing what the meaning of life is. Is death gives life meaning.
Okay, that, yes.
Yeah, that's what's part of. That's like
What I was going to say is that it's not about you. Just watch Iron Man 1.
Doctor
It's
Strange
the-
does it better.
It's the same storyline.
Kind of. No, it is. No,
yes,
no,
it's
not.
rich playboy philanthropist who is super pretentious and knows he's all that, thinks he's all that, and knows he's all that. Goes through a tragic event and comes out the other side, seeing that he has to be better.
Okay,
Which
sure.
many movies have done before, but Marvel
Sure.
has done it like 3 times now.
Sure. I think Doctor Strange's story,
Doctor Strange is very different.
it is. I think
The spirituality side of it.
a literal naturalist, which is someone that doesn't believe in spirit, going through the most spiritual awakening that anyone has
where it
ever
gets
gone
different.
through. I've gone through. Sorry.
Anyone ever gone through.
Sorry. Is highlights the message more.
Yeah. It's a very good movie. I think it
It's
deserves...
great.
I don't think it deserves top 5, though.
It's number 6 for me, actually.
It's 6 or below,
Yeah,
I'd say. I need to look...
It's
I need to
definitely top
look at
10
mine
though.
when I get my phone back. I'd say it's definitely top 10.
Before
I hope I have it
we
in my top
discuss
10.
the actual movie, I want to say that it was directed by, what's his name? Who was it directed by? Derek Henderson or something?
I can't remember.
He went to Biola.
Oh, I think I knew that. I think you told me
Yes,
about that.
the director of Doctor Strange went to Biola. He didn't go through the film program, though. He went to film school after.
Hmm.
And it's really cool because there are a lot of Christian motifs in it. I'll discuss it in a little bit, but not very much.
Wow, I don't have Doctor Strange in my top 10. Maybe I need to move things around.
Well, I think that's pre-marathon, right?
Is this pre-marathon?
Yes.
I feel like I should... What I think... And I thought about this a couple weeks ago, and I just kept forgetting to bring it up.
Okay.
What I think we should have done...
Yeah.
And we can start it now if we'd like to, is, and I think this would be a really efficient way of figuring out our actual our actual lists.
Okay.
Every movie, you write it down. So you start with Iron Man 1, you write down it's number 1. Nothing else is on the list yet. Then you do
We
number...
should have done that.
Then you go to Iron Man 2 and you say, is this better or worse than Iron Man 2? It's worse, so you put it at number 2. Then you go to Cap 1 and you say... Wait, that's... Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you go to Cap 1 and you say, is this better or worse than Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2?
Thor 1.
Or Thor 1.
Yeah.
And you just go based on the list and you say... And you start with it at the bottom. So say you're at
Yes.
Cap. So you're at Cap and you have Thor, Iron Man 2, and Iron Man 1 above it. You start it at the bottom of the list and you say...
You put Cap as the
Okay,
second one.
I like it as Thor. I like it better than Thor, so it goes above Thor. I like it better than Iron Man 2, so it goes there. But I don't like it better than Iron Man 1. It's at 2.
Yeah.
That is a perfect way that we should be doing
Here.
this list.
From now on, let's do it when we get home. When I get home and when you get off, I'm gonna make a list of the updated list from now on.
Because the way I've always made my list is just writing down what I think my top ones are.
Yes.
If we do it every week and say, okay, did I like that better than I liked the last time I
previous.
watched
Yes.
this movie, this movie, this movie?
Yeah.
And you can, I feel like that would
That'd
be a
be more
very
accurate.
efficient way for us to figure out our actual top
Ranked.
or our actual ranked Marvel movie list.
Yes. I honestly think that everyone's top 5 Marvel movies is a very good personality an indicator.
Right now I have Ragnarok as number 1.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
That is awesome.
Man, I love that movie.
Iron Man 1 is number 1, and then Spider-Man.
I think that's
Homecoming's
number 2 for me.
Avengers: Infinity War is number 2.
We've gone through the list before. We'll
Yeah.
go through it again after
Once
we make
we're
a
done.
new list.
Let's get back to Doctor Strange.
In like a year and a half.
Yeah. Like, oh my god.
We're gonna do movies next week too.
Yes,
to
we
get
are.
back on track.
Yes, we are.
Not 2 weeks from now. Anyway, Doctor Strange, go ahead.
You go first.
Okay.
Did you write down notes?
Absolutely
I didn't
not.
either.
No.
Cool.
Um,
If we want to talk about pros,
yeah, we'll do things I liked, whatever.
Yeah.
I really like the fight scenes.
Uh,
They're really fun,
yeah.
innovative.
The
They
most
change things up.
fun fight scenes, are very smart fight scenes of like, we can literally make anything magical and put it in a fight scene. Like the 3 doors in one of the sanctums of that you turn it and you can go anywhere
really
in the
fun.
world.
Really fun.
Really fun. And then he uses it to fight the evil people.
Yeah.
The philosophy of both sides is also really, really cool. I like how the leader,
I
the
guess
ancient
Jordan's
one.
doing his review now.
Sorry.
You said, "Why don't you start?"
And then I started
and then
talking.
you did your review.
And I started talking. I'll
It's
stop after
getting
my philosophy.
windy.
It is getting windy. The philosophy is really good of every single side. Doctor Strange's philosophy is blah blah blah, and then Marty's philosophy blah blah blah, and the Ancient One's philosophy blah blah blah.
Dude, so true.
And then Dormammu and his followers has their own philosophy about how time is an insult and everything.
But also, Dormammu tricked them.
Yes. But so does evil things.
What?
I think. Never mind.
Yes.
But yeah, I just think it makes sense. Everyone's motivations in the movie make sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing.
It's true.
Right.
The story was good. Benedict Cumberbatch as Strange was he's very
Yes.
good. Mads Mikkelsen as Caecilius.
Caecilius.
So good. I love Mads Mikkelsen. He's a
great.
very good actor. I originally saw him on Hannibal,
Hannibal.
the TV show. Super good. He plays Hannibal Lecter in the show. Very good. And that's when I first saw him. And this was like 8 years ago, probably. I saw it so long ago.
Yeah.
Super good actor. And I love seeing that he's getting into more things now. And he was
Yeah.
very good as this villain.
He was in Rogue One as well.
Yeah.
He was in. He's replacing Johnny Depp in the Fantastic Beasts series.
Yeah.
Um,
Which, I mean, I love Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
But that's so dumb
Yeah.
that he's getting replaced.
Anyway. Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
That'll get into political stuff, and
Yep.
it makes me angry, though. It does.
It does. Me too. Let's see. Very pretty movie. That one
Yeah.
scene
all
where
about
it's
visuals.
open your eye,
It's all about visuals.
or he's showing Strange everything in the literally
Absolutely,
everything in the universe,
multiple universes.
multiple universes, multiverse.
Doctor Strange with the Multiverse of Madness.
And good world building too. They explain all the magic pretty well in terms of like, this is how it's done, this is how we do it with spells, that we call it something else, but you can call it spells. Yeah. What do you hate about the movie?
There's nothing I hate.
Yeah.
Maybe things I don't like.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I meant, I guess.
Don't particularly
Icon.
like. What don't I like about the movie?
Jack's complaint is that it's so very slow.
I wouldn't even say that.
I wouldn't either. I'm entertained the entire time.
Even
It's
in
an origin
slower scenes, like quote unquote slower scenes, things are still happening. The story is still progressing.
It's one of the fastest origin stories.
There's never like a moment where it just stalls.
Yeah.
There might be a couple scenes that are just talking that you could call slower,
Yeah.
but really,
There's always a training part of every origin story / like
Oh,
hero's
boy.
journey. Whoa. The sheet is like going wacko behind you. There we go. But yeah, very good movie.
I'm just watching. I just don't want it to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, super good movie. What I can't really think of anything I don't like about it. I really probably
The final fight scene was really cool, using time and the reverse of time.
Dormammu
at
have
its
come
will.
to bargain might be one of the most quoted.
Yeah,
Like,
Dormammu have come to
the most-
bargain.
The most
Quoted Marvel.
quoted
saying.
Marvel lines for me personally.
Yeah.
When it first came out, we said that so much.
Yeah, I still say it a lot.
I still say it sometimes. Yeah, that might be the
Dormammu
thing
have come to
I've
bargain.
quoted most. Maybe
Yeah.
something else, but so good.
So good.
And yeah, it just sets up Doctor Strange as a character in the universe
Very
super
well. And
First in Ragnarok, and then in Infinity War and Endgame, and
Yeah.
it feels like he's already a full part of the
and
universe.
the Ancient One saying that he's supposed to be the best of us, and saying like already knows Strange's story.
Oh, and Tilda Swinton playing, she was amazing as the Ancient
Oh
One.
yeah.
I love Tilda Swinton.
Yeah.
She's a great actress.
My favorite scene in the whole thing is her death scene.
When she's dying.
Yeah.
It's a very good
Her
scene.
monologue is my favorite scene in the MCU, I think.
The favorite
Non-action scene.
Okay.
Non-action scene in the
Your
MCU.
favorite monologue.
Yes, my favorite monologue.
How many monologues are there? Thanos' monologue is actually really, at the beginning of Infinity War, is actually really good.
Yeah, very good.
We'll get there when we get there, though. But, no, that's a great scene. She has a really good monologue. She gets into it. She's
You've
dying.
done all of this, and you still haven't learned the most important thing. It's not about you.
It's not about you.
Which I think,
Because that was his whole thing.
Yeah.
Everything was about him. Just like Tony Stark.
like,
But in a little bit different way, I guess.
that that message is probably one of the most important messages ever. Just
Oh yeah, just in general.
it's not
just in
about
life.
you. There are so many things higher than you. Please ground yourself
Yeah.
and realize that you can't escape death. Death gives life meaning. Please make sure that your life is worth living, which is again what Iron Man says too. Don't waste your life.
Don't waste your life.
Um,
He didn't.
yeah, he didn't.
I still.
Yeah, I know.
I
we'll
wish-
talk about it. we'll
I
talk
wish-
about it. Okay.
I just wish, we'll
Full
get
circle,
There.
we need
We'll
that.
get there when we get there.
We'll get there when we get there.
Thank you, Jensen.
Yeah. What do you rate it?
I'll go to 7.
I give it an 8. 8.5. You know what? I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9.
You know what? I'll give it an 8.
Yeah. It deserves more than a 7.
It definitely deserves more. I thought about it. Deserves more than 7.
Yeah.
Excellent origin story. Very quick. Puts you into the universe immediately, and it's all believable. It's not. It doesn't feel like you were forced into this storyline too quickly.
Story is coherent and
Oh yeah,
believable.
it makes
and
sense and
interesting.
Yeah, great world building and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd say definitely at least an 8.
And one of the best philosophies, I think, of
Mm-hmm.
any Marvel movie.
Which is really kind of spans across a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Same thing went for Peter Quill.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about him. Same thing for Thor. Not about him.
True.
It
Cap already
spans-
knew that.
Cap already knew it wasn't about him. Cap knew it wasn't about
Spider-Man.
him.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
He knew it wasn't about him.
Not in Homecoming.
At what
I'm nothing.
point?
I'm nothing without the suit. Actually,
That's
that's
not.
different.
That's a different. That's an entirely different story.
Yeah. Oh.
That's one of my favorite lessons in the MCU, but it is entirely different
Yes.
from It's Not About
We'll
You.
get there. I'm
Can you
so
make sure this
excited.
doesn't fall?
Yeah. We're almost there.
Almost there, dude. It's insane.
Anyway, that is Doctor Strange. If you haven't seen it, come on.
Come on.
You're dumb.
Come on, son.
Come on, son.
Come on, son.
Come on, son.
Son.
Our next movie we both watched today,
Yeah.
Um,
Separately.
Taxi Driver,
Taxi Driver.
starring Robert De Niro
One
and directed by Martin
classic
Scorsese,
movie.
which
Somehow
both their
neither of
breaks.
us. Somehow neither of us have seen it
Yeah,
before.
we're both their breakouts.
Considering, I feel like I didn't pull that enough.
It'll be fine until it falls.
That's yep. Yes. I'm surprised neither of us have seen it before, considering we like movies so much. And every time you talk to anybody that is like into movies like we are,
Yep.
and you say I haven't seen the Taxi Driver,
They're
they're,
like, "What?"
they're always like, "What?"
Yeah.
Neither of us had seen it until today.
So I wanted to ask you something.
What do you want to ask me?
Have you seen this movie before?
Before today?
Yes.
No.
What's a movie that's incredibly similar to this movie? Joker.
Oh, it's gonna fall.
And there it is. Oh no!
The
It's like
sun.
It's like the headlights.
Oh, we're about to get hit by a car.
Cut this out, Noah.
Okay.
Future Noah.
I'll cut this now. What was I saying?
I was saying something.
What were we saying?
You know what this movie is incredibly similar to?
What?
Joker.
Yeah. Well, no. Joker is similar to this movie.
Okay, but in my mindset, I'm like, wait, this movie, Joker was incredibly based on this movie. Like
Joker
a lot.
took things from this movie,
I think it took the main theme from this movie,
which is insanity.
which makes sense. Well,
But
It's-
and I will
it's someone
Go ahead.
in the lower class
will.
going through life with a minimum wage, saying that the world sucks and I'm the only one that can fix it in a big city, by the way, and then goes insane during the movie, getting into murderous mindsets.
Now, okay, finish your thought.
And the fact that Robert De Niro is in Joker isn't a coincidence.
That's probably true. That part is probably true.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me counter that
Okay, go ahead.
with one. I think this movie, the character in this movie.
Yes.
Oh, we're fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Why is it so windy right now? It hasn't even been that windy today.
Honestly, they can handle it. It's fine.
Okay. Travis, the main character
Yes.
of the movie, has less reason than Joker as a character.
I agree.
Which is impressive because that is hard to do.
Yes.
So, let me just go through your argument
Okay, go
and
ahead.
pick it apart.
Go ahead.
One, this movie was not at all a class struggle. Joker was a class struggle. This movie was not a class struggle. This movie was a veteran with PTSD coming home.
I have a counter to that, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm speaking.
Yeah, I know,
you
I
have
know.
to wait until I'm done, and then you can counter.
That's how arguments work.
That's how arguments work.
Go ahead. That's more of a mental thing of like I need to make sure.
So it's about a guy with PTSD.
Mhm.
We're not going to do a synopsis of the whole movie. The guy with PTSD.
Yeah.
Now Joker, what's his name? Arthur.
Arthur.
Thank you. Couldn't remember for a second. Had PTSD, different kind of PTSD, but also had just other mental problems.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is different from Joker.
I agree.
And I'm trying to...
I'm saying it's similar.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is very similar. But I think it is much less about a class struggle than you're making it out to be. Yes, it has the politician guy that he tries to kill for some reason.
I know what the reason is.
Well, the reason is because he feels like he needs to make the world a better place, and he has now placed this anger on this guy, even though the dude has shown no real reason to a normal person, to us, the politician, has shown no real reason to deserve to be assassinated.
Oh, I agree. Jeez. You can say the same thing about Joker
No,
and
but the thing is,
Murray.
in Joker, he has a reason every time. Now, it may be a very distorted reason, but you can still pick out his reasoning. Murray made fun of Arthur.
Okay,
Now,
you're
is
right.
murdering him...
I forgot about that.
Is murdering him a correct way to deal with being made fun of? Absolutely
We're
not.
not talking about morality right now.
No, we're not
just talking about
about
reason.
I'm just saying, I'm using that because both of these guys have very distorted viewpoints.
Yes.
The difference is Joker always had a reason.
Okay.
Which is very strange to say because Joker is the one guy always without a reason. In other things.
The reason why...
me-
sorry.
If you look, and I was trying to pay attention because
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out if he had a reason. There is no real point in the movie where you see a definitive reason where he thinks he needs to kill this guy. You see throughout the movie that he wants to make the world a better place. But why, and in a very distorted way, why is killing this guy for him making the world a better place?
So when Betsy stops calling him and
Yeah.
he storms into the candidacy little election thing, promotion thing, and he walks out, he writes in his journal, "You're just like the rest of them. You don't care," kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's talking about the people that are like higher up. Well, who else would he be talking about?
He's talking about her compared to other women.
Okay.
That's my argument.
Okay. I think, first of all, the first reason why he wanted to assassinate the president candidate, was because he wanted to get back at Betsy.
I thought about that, but that just doesn't. That doesn't.
Betsy,
follow.
the candidate, was it Palantine?
We need to start just doing
Palantine.
video essays. Palantine.
Yeah, we should. Palantine
We need to spend like an hour on this kind of movie.
represented everything that Betsy wanted.
That's one thing I wanted to say before we started talking about
Okay,
this.
go ahead.
We will not be able to talk about this entire movie in detail.
No.
That people have been talking about this, making video essays, writing.
I'm so
things
confused about
this.
the ending, so.
I'm confused about most of the movie.
Yeah.
Purposefully, like the movie is supposed to do that. But people have been talking about this movie since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So us taking 10 minutes right now to talk about it is not going to even scratch the surface of the movie.
Yeah.
This is just our initial reviews after seeing it today for the first time ever.
Yeah. So, Palantine, the politician, represented everything that Betsy wanted, which is a pretty good argument for him wanting to assassinate him.
Yeah.
So, and I also think that I do agree it's less about class struggle. This is more of a secondary reason. But I think the politician represented every person that says they're going to fix everything but just doesn't, and just does it for political gain, which is most politicians. And I think he was angry about that.
The strange part is he was still campaigning. It's not like he even was in the place to change things.
Exactly.
Yet.
But he was the closest one.
Yeah.
And I think the part that he was with Betsy, or connected to Betsy, also added to it.
I think it was less about... He definitely had problems with politicians and people not doing anything, because he specifically stated that earlier in the movie. But I think him wanting to kill Palantine was more accurate to... He was kind of what Betty wanted. Was it Betty or Betsy? Betsy? Yeah, sorry. Betsy wanted. Palantine is good around people. He's good around women specifically, and that made Travis angry.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing I can get to a real reason for Travis wanting to kill Palantine. Because I don't think it was the class struggle in this case.
I don't think it's a class struggle. I think Travis was mad at both sides, both extremes. He was mad at the human trafficking part of the society that sucks, and he was mad at the politics part of the society that sucks. Yeah. And he wanted to correct both, not just one.
I think the only reason he actually did end up going after the gangsters, though, is because he failed at assassinating Palantine.
Okay.
I think after that, he needed somewhere to put his anger, and the gangsters were the next best alternative.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Because
I think he was more mad at the gangsters.
He was mad at both, and obviously that's why he was trying to kill Palantine in the first place, the politician dude. The reason I say that is because he thought he was going to die. He thought he was going to die killing Palantine. He left a note for Iris. Which is another very controversial topic of the movie. Iris as a character. Played by a real 12-year-old Jodie Foster. She was actually 12.
She was 12 in that movie?
She was actually 12 in that movie, which is why it's so controversial. She is playing...
Whoa!
Her character in the movie is a 12-year-old prostitute.
Wow.
And Travis...
She doesn't look 12.
Yeah, I know. I thought that too.
She looks more like 14 or 16.
She looks older. She looks, I don't know, 15-ish. Travis's character kills her pimp because he wants a better life for Iris because he meets her and doesn't
he also doesn't like the whole system, too.
Yeah, he doesn't like, So, that was a very controversial topic, part of the movie because 12-year-old Jodie Foster was playing a 12-year-old prostitute in the movie.
Dang.
I think they both won Oscars for it for their acting.
I know that
De Niro won one and Scorsese won one for the film.
That was their breakout roles.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah.
Okay, can you explain the ending to me?
Okay. I'm gonna fix this real quick
go ahead.
We can just keep going.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen this movie and is still
Are you talking? Okay, so hopefully it calms down a little bit.
Yeah.
Did I do a clap?
Yes, you did.
I did, right? Yeah, for this time. So, which ending? There are two endings. The second one I don't understand. Not like two separate viewings.
No,
like there's an ending and then there's another section.
The other section then.
You're talking about the second section.
Yeah.
When he sees something in the mirror. Is that what you're talking about? Because that
and before that.
The dropping her
just
off.
Just the fact that he's fine and dropping her off, saying take it easy and leaving.
So I don't think he was ever fully mad he was mad at Betsy.
Okay.
He was. I don't think he was ever like as mad at her as he is at society.
Okay.
So I think he ended up forgiving her, and I think the killing the gangsters and everything and going through that, going into a coma and everything was cathartic for him, to be honest. It actually did end up helping him.
What really surprised me is the fact that society praised him for what he did.
Yeah.
That was like
that is the part where it gets closest to Joker.
Yeah.
The difference is,
I think that's what.
The difference is the higher ups and the lower people praised him.
Yeah.
Rather than in Joker, it was all the people at the same level as him.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting.
That was like whoa!
Yeah.
I was surprised by that because I thought he was going to get either arrested or killed for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know what he saw in the rearview mirror in the last 5 seconds of the film when he just like turned and he saw something.
And that's literally the last
supposed
scene.
to be ambiguous.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's kind of like Inception.
Maybe the thought that I have, and I have no basis for this whatsoever.
Yeah. Good.
Is he saw her like get mugged or something, and that's why he just turns his mirror and keeps driving. He just doesn't care.
That's very cool.
That is the one and only theory I had for that. And I don't think anyone knows. You're supposed to not know. It's very ambiguous. But he like saw it and he turned his mirror and like just kept driving.
I think it did have something to do with Betsy. I think it's
absolutely, because it was right after he dropped her
My
off.
thing is, I think he just kept looking back. It's just a lot less extreme than you.
Yeah.
I just think he kept looking back and he just forced him not to. Forced himself not to. Because he's like, keep going
that
forward.
works too.
My only question now is, what the hell was the message of this movie?
Exactly. So I was talking to my dad about it. He had seen it before. And the first thing I said after I finished the movie was I have no idea
what this means.
what the themes it was
Yeah.
trying to convey is,
Yeah.
what
Because
the morals are, what the
if he-
motifs are.
if he either killed himself or, which he tried to do, by the way,
Yeah.
or died at the end, I'm like, okay, I understand the theme, but he was fine at the end. That's
Yeah.
what confused me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what confused me.
He was probably fine at the end.
He looked the best at the end.
He looked very
than
good.
any other
he
part
looked
of the
relaxed and normal.
movie. Yeah, he was
But
talking to people,
which is why the turning the mirror at the end. That's the only.
Okay.
That's the only hint where I'm like,
maybe he's not.
maybe
as,
he's not as okay, as
Okay.
he's appearing. Like the end of Clockwork Orange, if you've seen that.
Yes, that's the ending of this reminded me a lot of the ending of Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
But
Which
it's not the same
we
theme
really
though.
should do at some point.
Yes, we should.
No,
I don't
those
wanna
two
see that
movies are
movie.
entirely different themes.
But
We'll do that a long time in the future.
yes,
Far in the future.
But yeah, I don't get the ending because like, I don't know. I can't think of one. The ending.
So what my dad said this, and he
Okay,
was
go
actually this was very,
Yeah.
actually very accurate. The story jumps all over the place, and it almost feels like they wrote 4 different stories and then put it all in a movie together,
yeah, I can see.
which is accurate, and they obviously did it on purpose, and I think it was trying to get us to kind of get into the headspace of Travis,
Okay, yeah,
like
you're
what
right.
his mind works like, because it is very all over the place and back and forth. He starts out as kind of just this weird sympathetic character, and then he gets a little stranger, and then he moves on and he becomes the bad guy, and then he goes from there and becomes a good guy, and then at the end you're not sure. So it is very much, I think, supposed to be like what Travis's mind works like.
Yeah.
Like it's all over the place. It's back and forth. He's doing a good thing. He's doing a bad thing. He's doing a whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that was very on purpose, that there were no straightforward themes to pick out and focus on.
Yeah, for a 1976 movie, this was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Like
It
just
definitely got into the heavier
how-
stuff, especially PTSD, because that wasn't a thing back
Yeah.
then. They wasn't even called that.
I was gonna say like the cinematic like play of not being clear about your ending wasn't popular back
It wasn't
then.
big back then, no.
It was big in like the 2000s. I think what's his name? Shyamalan? No, not that guy.
Shyamalan was later.
Who did Tenet again? That guy? Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan did it a lot.
Yeah.
He kind of revolutionized it with Inception and
Oh man, Inception is one of the biggest cliffhangers of all time.
yeah. But yeah. What do you rate this?
Objectively, it's probably like an 8.5, 9.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it has to be, but I feel like I would also have to see it multiple more times to fully understand why. To like, to me it looks like it should be a 9, but I don't fully understand why I should give it that.
Okay.
But I do feel like I should give it that. I would need to see it multiple more times to fully understand why I think I should give it that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna do that. Not yet. It's gonna be a while before I watch this movie again. It's not like Clockwork Orange hard to watch. It's just I'm not.
It's
gonna
not
watch it
hard
for a while.
though. It's not. I don't think
No.
this movie's hard to watch.
It's not hard to watch.
No. I give this an 8. That includes objective
Yeah.
thing about this movie and my enjoyment of it.
Yeah.
So
I think
I love this movie.
a
It
mix
was really
of,
good.
A mix of my enjoyment and objectivity would go down to an 8.5.
Okay. I give it 4 stars out of 5
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably yeah.
on a Letterboxd.
I haven't rated it. I need to do that actually.
Yeah, well, that was Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro's first breakout role, and
His first big
very
role. Jodie
good.
Foster's too.
Jodie Foster's as well.
Her first role. Also, and I can never remember his name, but the pimp was a
I didn't
well-known
recognize the
actor
pimp.
too. I did.
Oh, I
He's a
didn't.
well-known actor. You'd recognize him today.
Okay.
You would. He looked very,
Smart.
very young there. Yeah. So that's that. Yeah.
All right. For next week,
Next week, what comes after Doctor Strange?
I think it's Thor 3.
Ragnarok does not come straight after Doctor Strange, does it? I will be so excited if it
It's either
does.
Thor 3 or Spider-Man. No.
I feel like we'll see.
Let's see. 2016. 2017 is next. I think it... No, Guardians 2. Guardians 2 is next.
Wait, no, that's not what I wanted.
Pretty sure Guardians 2 is next.
I'm just gonna make sure.
Yep.
Right.
Because we're in 2017 now.
Strange, Guardians 2, then Homecoming, then Ragnarok.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so next week we'll be watching Guardians Volume 2, which I haven't seen in a while, actually.
It doesn't feel like it, but we're actually getting close to the end.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we're in mid phase 3 now.
We're midway through phase 3. We're getting there.
Yeah.
We only have a few more movies to get to.
Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3,
War and Endgame.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more.
To get to Infinity War?
No, just in general.
Just in general? Yeah,
9
about that.
Yeah.
I didn't count. Dude, we're like 3 movies away from Infinity War.
I'm so excited. That's gonna be a full episode.
We have Homecoming, Ragnarok, one more, and then also
Black Panther.
Guardians. Yeah.
Black Panther. And that's it. That's 5.
Yeah. Guardians, Homecoming, Ragnarok, Black Panther.
That's it. That's 4.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. We're gonna spend, and I think they're gonna be separate episodes, because they're basically gonna be video essays.
Yeah.
We're gonna spend one entire episode on Infinity War and one entire episode on Endgame, and we'll probably release 2 episodes a week for those two. One regular episode like this, and then one entire episode for Infinity War / Endgame.
Yes.
Maybe we'll bring somebody on for that, like Jack.
I think that'd be cool.
Somebody that knows a lot
Well,
about
I think
Marvel
by the
like
time
us.
we get there, you'll be an app.
Well, I will be. You're right. Because we're doing it every 2 weeks, yeah.
And we're gonna be starting watching Christmas movies too.
Oh yeah, next week is gonna be Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas,
Which is my favorite Christmas movie.
It's a great Christmas movie.
It's so good.
This week was supposed to be the first Christmas movie,
but we
and
just
we would have
were
done
too
4,
busy.
but
and
we were too busy.
apologize.
So now we're gonna have 3 Christmas movies.
And last week I don't think I would have wanted to, as just because I was just too stressed. But this week I was very excited, and it was very good. It was very fun.
Yeah.
So,
Guardians 2 and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I'm an idiot.
You're an idiot.